Well, good evening, everyone. This is Marcita Riley, and I am the coordinator of communities for the leadership team of the Marianist Lake Community of North America. And we're trying an experiment tonight. We're doing a little audio blog. And I've got a guest here, Jacqui Griswold. She's from the state community. And the reason I've invited her here is because I was at the recent assembly, and I found out that the state community, which is, aren't you celebrating your 50th year this year?
Yes.
Yeah. So they've been in, alive and well and doing well for 50 years, and so they are hosting or sponsoring seed money for other lake communities who have some project ideas that they really need a little money to get off the ground. So I'm going to let Jacqui tell you about it.
Okay. Well, we are the Visitation State Community. One of the things that we did for a long-range visiting in 2011 was look for the future and what we could do that would have an impact. And one of the 6 things that we determined was that besides the money that we contributed each year as members that went to our operation for our retreats, as well as the donations that we gave each year to MSJC and the Lake Community, the sisters, that we wanted a separate fund that would be used to seed projects that could have an impact beyond our own community, that would somehow help the church, help grow the family of Mary. So that's the genesis of this.
So if people are interested, how do they apply?
We have an application form that hopefully will be accessible through the link in the newsletter somehow.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Okay, we passed out forms at the assembly as kind of our launch going beyond our own community. One of the things that we've already done just internally was chosen projects that we wanted to support, such as the intergenerational retreat, the change makers last year, and then this year we used some of our seed money for the Ilia Delio speaker on Thursday before the pre-conference, before the assembly. But now we are at a point where we want to go beyond our own community ideas of things to do. And so we have 4 areas that we want people to think about when they're looking at projects. One is strengthening Marianist lay communities. Another would be being able to assist in building the Catholic Church in their area, impacting the faith involvement of young people in the church. And 4th, social justice. Somehow, I mean, that can go from economics to environment to human rights. So in one of those categories, we want these projects to somehow originate. And the cost, I mean, we're looking at seed grants of from $1,000 to $5,000.
Whoa. So you're really looking at projects or that are substantive in nature in these 4 different areas.
Correct.
And let me reiterate the areas: strengthening Marianist communities, assisting in building the Catholic churches, impacting faith and involvement of young adults, or social justice components like economic justice or environmental justice or human rights. Let's see, we'll have a link to the application, and who does this application go to, and how does that work?
So we have a deadline of September 15th for applications this year. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this interview later in the year, so that people, if they hear this, still would have an opportunity to apply this year. And we have a committee within our state community, the Visitation State Community, that will evaluate the applications. There's a place to send them on the application. And we will make the evaluation by the end of November, and we will then have the money in the hands of the recipients because we could do one large 5,000 grant, or we may do 5 small 1,000, you know.
So you maybe would fund more than one project.
Correct.
Oh.
So we have no idea what kind of projects we're going to get. So that's why we're pretty flexible in this initiation of this seed grants.
And could this be, I mean, is this going to have to be like new ideas, or could it be expansions of ongoing things?
That's one of the boxes to check on the form, is that if this is an existing project, or whether, just as you said, it's basically helping to grow an existing idea that's already out there.
Okay. So the deadline, let me say that again, is September 15th. Yes. And then they get the money by December 15th. And then what's their responsibility to you?
We want a report back from the recipient or recipients by August of next year, to just let us know how the project went and what kind of outcomes they may have gotten, so that we know, you know, how successful the project was.
Now, are you assuming that the project will be like completed by that time, or, you know, what are you thinking?
No, I mean, again, this is seed, so, you know, it may be an ongoing project, and this is maybe just money that's going to get them started. But we don't anticipate that we will be the funding source in an ongoing way for a project, but something that, again, just gets people through that initial inertia where they don't have enough money to try something.
I think this is such an exciting opportunity, Jacqui, and I really salute the Visitation State Community for starting this up, getting this ball rolling. It's something I know that MLC-NA has thought about, wished we could do it. We just never could figure out how to do it. And you've taken the ball and started it, and I just want to salute you, and the work of you of your MLC. This is a wonderful opportunity, and I really invite all of our communities to think big, to think about some things that would be great to do, and to apply. We'll have the application somewhere in the newsletter, and be sure that you take this seriously. This is a great opportunity. So,
and if you can't get your ideas together for this year, we will plan to be doing this next year as well. So if you want to start planning now for next year, you could do that too.
That would be great. And they could even, connect with some of the state members just to be talking about it if they're in the planning stages. That would be great too.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much, Jacqui, and thanks for taking time to talk to me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.